My story begins in 1966, August 29th at 4:30 p.m. I was born to the most wonderful matriarch I have ever known, the late Priska, and the legend himself, the late Mwalimu Samson. I was born when it was raining, and that is why I was named Nafula. My name is Roslyn Nafula Wechuli. Welcome to my story. Yeah, so mom all along knew, and she was just holding there, and brave as she is, strong woman as she is, her personality. She took it easy, and you can't imagine Nana. Mom had surgery in the morning. Of course, I rushed and did my assignment. Elsewhere, I had a meeting. I ran back after 30 minutes. And after 2 hours, mom was up in the boat. In fact, I didn't find her on her bed. I got worried. I asked even the other patient, is my mom alive? Because you know, if somebody goes for surgery and you don't find them, you imagine they're gone. So apparently, mom was just walking up and about, and she had gone, you know, not even using bedpan. She's all over walking. She's in the bathroom, she's what? She said, it is all right. So like she's holding on and saying, fine, we've got this, and we're going to fight it, and we're going to, you know, survive. You know, is stage 4, yes, but I have been cancelled, I've been done this. Counseling, we did very little about counseling. So the journey starts, and her personality, it keeps going on, and she kind of gave me some hope. And I said, Mom, we will walk together, and this war will win. So mom would come to Nairobi every after. You see, now she had to go through the treatment, the chemotherapy. So would go home by flight, come back by flight. But then now, as we are finishing chemo, side effects start kicking in. Mom will start having pain, the same side. There's pain, there's complication, the hand, you know, it is, of course, the hair has fallen, but still, you see, we are thinking like today she's okay. When she comes back for checkup, you can feel like there is again, she's falling back. You know, she just kept on relapsing and relapsing, but we, you know, strong. We just kept on moving, and towards the end of 2010, now we had to go for a review from the oncologist, and they realized that the cancer cells were multiplying at a rapid speed, which was not normal. Yes. And now they said, instead of now her, because you know she has already finished the chemo, so instead of now, and then again she's becoming weaker, so instead of going for radiotherapy straight away, they put her on oral. Yes, and oral is normally in fact, it's more fierce than having just to go through the burning of the cells and you forget about this. The oral was very fierce on her and very unfriendly. So she kept on going nose diving and becoming weaker and weaker. So the doctor say, fine, let's leave alone this oral. I think we need to book her immediately to start doing the radio. And they were 50-50 whether she will manage. But mom was so strong. She said, bring it on. I'll do it. Bring it on. I'll do it. But then, even when you're just walking her from like point 1 to point B, she just falls down. But can you imagine she falls and she still wakes up and says, I'm all right. We can do this. One time I said, no, this time you're not coming by air, you're not coming by road, I'm coming for you. Drove to Kitale, and I said, before we go to Nairobi, I'll quickly call on the doctor here, just try to show gratitude of the references that he worked with us actually. I won't mention his name at this point. And when I left my mom, you know, standing, I'm coming round to open, you know, now after now seeing the doctor, I'm coming to open the door for her, and mom collapses. And she collapses, and I can see her convulsing. Then the doctors come for her quickly, and then she goes there. Then after 10 minutes, she says, I want to go home. And she walks into the car. And we go home. But on the way, she starts now telling me those stories that you don't want to hear. My body is weak. She now starts feeling weaker and weaker and weaker, but she still held on. So radiotherapy, we decided now I'm coming with her. So I came with her to Nairobi, and then we had a special, I mentioned her name, because we had a special appointment with Dr. Nyongesa. Those who know Dr. Nyongesa, she's running Texas Cancer Center. Yes, I keep sending her DMs. Yeah, every time I see her on any platform, I always do that. So we had that special meeting. It was arranged. She agreed, and I took mom there for her to be booked in for radio, because it had to be done faster and quickly, because now it was spreading. It had gone now to the lungs, and then it was ravaging the kidneys, and then now again they noticed, of course, the heart now was at risk. So we ran there, and then she says, fine. They had to jump the queue and said, instead of you starting your radiotherapy in March, we will jump it. It's called what? Yeah, that one. So they had to move her to January. That's January 2021. 2011. Yes. So we have done the Christmas. She's ish. Then now January, New Year. Then now I tell her, now get ready. But they say before they start radiotherapy, she needs to do a few tests. Now that's where the problem is. I went for mom again this other last time, and she said she doesn't want to come to Nairobi. We have to do the tests in Kitale. And remember, when they do those tests, the review tests in Kitale, I have to carry, either I carry the specimens the same day to Nairobi and I don't have a cooler, or they have to courier it themselves. So I paid for the courier themselves, so that the specimens are ahead of me. So they are taken to Pathfinder. I'm following, of course, as usual. But when I'm leaving home, January, when I'm leaving home, I had to get another, now 2 caregivers. Yes, because now this one, mom is overpowering her. So I had to get her cousin, who is much stronger, Auntie Emily, and now our house manager for mom, to now start taking care of mom. Because when I was leaving, like, this is not what I know. Because when you leave her outside, she'll actually just sleep outside there. She will not have the strength to bring her back in the house. So it started becoming like walk. Sorry. Let me adjust a little bit. Like she can't walk herself. It's like someone has to aid her to come to the house. So the time I was leaving, as usual, me, I don't like shake hands to any member who is present when I'm leaving. So once you pray, I just leave. I don't handshake. So this time she knows my style of doing things. So she prays for me while seated. And she follows another. There was a ceremony. I didn't know. There is a ceremony. Remember, we have lost my sister, and there are court cases going on, and also there is a processing of her dues, because you know mom is her immediate next of kin. Yeah, in the absence of the husband who was out of the country. So you find that mom now had to take up all the responsibilities to make sure that my sister's things are processed from TSC, from the Mwalimu Sacco and others. Yeah, anywhere that she had invested, mom had to do what? Had to process. So I find that early morning, just before I leave, mom has organized another ceremony. So I'm asking, mom, what is this all about? You know, now we are preparing for you to now go to Nairobi. You said you don't want to go. So it says, no, you have taken me to Kitale now, but it's time for you to go. But before you go, and then I'm realizing even her speaking is changing. She has brought all the files that we have been using to process my sister's things. And she has literally handwritten that from today, because she's feeling like she's falling short of now, that strong character in her is now letting her down. So she says she's falling short of this, and she decides that now, from that very minute as I drive off, pick these things and go with them to Nairobi. I will only be delegating to you what to do. And I realized, Doris did this to me, and now mom has done it again. And everything, and I noticed even in the file she's given me, she has her National Security Social Fund, she has her NHIF, she has her retirement letter, because you see she was still receiving pension from Ministry of Water, and like everything. Mom has put everything in a folder, and she's telling me, go with them. And then now she's woodwicking me, and she's telling me when she comes to Nairobi, she will come back with them. And I now learn it was a lie. Now, driving that evening, many things were going through my head. And she didn't know I had something that she said just before I reversed the car. She told my auntie, my child, my only poor child, she's now going to struggle so much, but I'm not gonna make it. Yes, even this going to Nairobi, yes, she's going with those things, yes, they're taking them, but I don't think I'm gonna go to Nairobi. I won't make it. Yeah, that is mid-January. You know, we are now preparing for radiotherapy, which has been moved to February.